It's hard to admit, but most startups fail. Not because the idea wasn't good, not because the team lacked talent, but because the system they tried to fit into is broken. The biggest killers: running out of money at the worst time, losing control when pressure mounts, facing uncertainty alone. It's like walking a tightrope with no safety net, while the world expects you to perform like a circus master. The problem isn't just the challenges out there, it's who holds your hand while you face them. Too many founders get caught in a cycle, desperate for funding, desperate for guidance, desperate for stability, but the people who promise that often come with strings that choke rather than liberate. The people who push quick returns, mindless scaling, and cookie cutter advice don't have your back when storms hit. Now imagine a quiet, steady force, often overlooked, yet quietly powerful. Family offices, those deeply personal, fiercely loyal, long-term capital sources that hold wealth across generations. To the outsider, they might seem old-fashioned or slow, but for the challenger brand, the rebel founder, the visionary investor who refuses to bow down, they are a secret weapon. Family offices don't just write a check. They become your fortress when markets collapse, your strategist when chaos explodes, and your ally when the world wants you to conform. Their money doesn't come from quarterly pressures or chasing hype. It's patience, it's discretion, it's resilience. Here's the truth that most don't see. The startups that survive, that thrive through economic disasters, industry shifts, and technological revolutions, they all share something in common. They work with family offices. These aren't transaction-based investors. They don't see your startup as a deal to flip or a number to boost their quarterly reports. They see you as a partner in a shared journey. Their capital is built for the long haul, fueled not by ego or greed, but by legacy, conviction, and vision that stretches beyond a single product launch or market trend. They don't make you bend to their agenda. They expand your horizon. When all channels shut down, they find a way through the back door. Think about what founders actually need in the chaos of startup life. Not just funding, but stability. Not just advice, but connection. Not just access, but sovereignty over their vision. Family offices understand this on a level no venture capitalist can. They give you room to fail forward, to iterate without the immediate death sentence. They don't force you to sell out or dilute your dream. Instead, they align with your purpose, sharing your burden because their wealth is rooted in continuity. Their success isn't a quick spike, but a slow burner, built across decades. And that lets you breathe when everyone else is rushing for the exit. For founders tired of sermons on scale fast or die, this is a game changer. Family offices reward critical thinking and resilience, not just hype. They are allies to those who question the system, who refuse to live a borrowed life, but want to carve a new path. When the world tries to shut you down or box you in with impossible timelines, family offices open doors to patience, allowing you to create what's truly next, not what's just trendy. They privilege fundamentals over flash, values over veneers. This isn't funding as a quick fix. This is funding as a foundation. And here's the secret most don't talk about. Family offices are the ultimate network. They connect you not just to money, but to wisdom accumulated over lifetimes. They introduce you to a web of other rare founders, seasoned professionals, and visionary investors who don't fit the usual Silicon Valley mold. This network isn't noisy or crowded. It's purposeful and selective. It honors difference as strength and fuels a radical synergy that most simply don't have access to. When you align with family offices, you become part of an ecosystem where your brilliance no longer floats alone. It resonates, builds, and becomes unstoppable. But that's not all. Family offices give you something money alone can't buy: freedom. Freedom from the treadmill of constant impression management, from investors who want to micromanage or control every step. Freedom to be sovereign in your decisions. Freedom to pivot, fail, and rise again on your terms. Freedom to burn bright without bending. The capital they provide is patient, yes, but it's also respectful. Respectful of your will, your vision, and your unique way of becoming. They don't ask you to sacrifice your mission for short-term gains. Instead, they stand beside you and say, take the long view, build what matters. This freedom transforms everything. It turns startups from fragile hopes into resilient powerhouses. It turns founders from lone warriors into strategists with reinforcements and deep reserves. It turns the grind into a mission. Because with family offices, you're not just chasing exit valuations, you're crafting legacies. And that kind of mindset? That's what pushes startups beyond survival to true dominance. That's what lets you stand firm when the storm hits. That's what turns volatility into opportunity. So, if you've been feeling that squeeze, that invisible pressure to sell your soul for quick cash or founder fatigue, hear this clearly. There is another way. The way of the family office. Not flashy, not loud, but deeply loyal and profoundly strategic. They don't just invest in your company, they invest in your becoming. The system may have forgotten you, the rare one, the unaligned, the misunderstood, but family offices haven't. They are waiting for founders who dare to break free from the noise, to question everything, and to build something that endures. Because at the end of the day, that's what resilience is. Not just surviving chaos, but transforming through it. So, the choice before you is simple, but radical. Keep running in circles chasing the same investors, the same quick exits, the same hollow promises, and risk burning out before your revolution even begins. Or step into the rarefied world where family offices operate. Step into a space where patience beats panic, where alignment beats dilution, where legacy beats flash. Align with those who don't just fund you, who empower you, who don't just want a piece of your startup, but want you, fully sovereign, fully alive, and fully free. Imagine what's possible when your back is covered by quiet power, when your vision is held with care, when you're part of a circle that doesn't just want to profit, but to transform the world. That's what the most resilient startups already know. That's why they choose family offices. Because in a world that prizes speed over substance, noise over depth, they choose the rare path of true strength. So if your fire still burns, but the road feels lonely, know this. Somewhere, the few who get it are ready to join you. Not to tame your flame, but to fuel it. To build not just companies, but movements that outlast markets, systems, and time. This isn't a dream. It's happening right now. The resilient founders succeed because they refuse to play by broken rules and they refuse to walk alone. They choose family offices. Not because it's easy, but because it's right. Because they know that true power, true freedom, true resilience come not from chasing the many, but from uniting the few. So, if you're ready to stop surviving and start building forever, to stop waiting and start becoming, then you know where to look. Because family offices are waiting for the rare, the radical, the relentless. The ones ready to change not just their future, but the future of everything. Your moment isn't just to fund your startup. It's to free it, to turn it into a force that endures every storm, that defies every system, that outshines every expectation. Family offices don't just invest in businesses. They believe in the unstoppable power of the sovereign individual. They bet on the founders who refuse to settle, the leaders who burn instead of bend, the rebels who redefine reality. The path forward isn't crowded. It's rare. It's wild. It's yours to claim. So, when the world tells you that you must fit in, that your vision is too big or too slow, remember, the most resilient startups say no. They choose family offices. They choose freedom. They choose to become unstoppable. And now you can too.